Hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. Obviously, we are playing Spirit Island today. This will be the sixth, sixth episode in my Spirit Island series. So far, we have played with 5 different spirits. We are 5-0. That is not likely to continue, but hey, let's keep riding this as long as we can. I will be going back to a level 4 spirit as we did last time. If you remember last time, we beat level 4 France with the very, very powerful spirit of Thunder Speaker. Her offense first strategy and the fact that she is an ally of the Dahan gave us a surprisingly easy victory versus a very difficult opponent. So we will not be playing France today. Let's want to keep randomizing and go through all of the adversaries in equal numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to roll this die. I rolled a 2. We are playing against the Swedes, the Kingdom of Sweden. And again, level 4, and I will go through those escalators later. The minor power and major power decks have been shuffled and are set. I need to shuffle the event deck. So we have definitely gone through some of these stronger spirits in the previous 5 episodes. So do expect a couple of stumbles to be coming probably sooner rather than later. As always, we'll be playing on the non-thematic boards. The thematic boards, I do worry about the visibility on videos such as this. And we will, as always, be playing with the branch and claw expansion components, including the wilds, the beasts, the strife, and the disease tokens. I'm going to shuffle this fear deck. We're looking at level 4 Sweden. In level 4 Sweden, as per the card, there are 3 cards in Terra level 1, 4 in between Terra level 1 and Terra level 2. Oh, sorry. 3 in Terra level 1, 4 between Terra level 2 and Terra level 3, and then 4 between Terra level 3 and a fear-based victory when the invaders are so scared that they go a-running. So we have our fear deck set up. We will look at, there's no changes to the normal invader deck. So we have our invader phase 3 cards. I rolled a 6. I will take that card out, shuffle these, and put them here. We have our 5 level 2 cards. We'll take out 4, shuffle these, put them on top, and our 4 level 1 cards. Now I am actually filming this right after filming the Thunder Speaker episode, and if you watch that episode, you know that we never actually made it to Blighted Island. So I'm going to keep the same randomly chosen blight card. I have no idea what is on the other side of that, and why mess with a good thing. So we have our 4 fear tokens for a solo game, and now we can read all about the Kingdom of Sweden. Additional loss condition, none. That's nice. Stage 2 escalation, swayed by the invaders. After invaders explore into this land this phase, if that land has at least as many invaders as Dahan, replace 1 Dahan with a town. Rough. Alright, the 4 levels. Level 1 is, again, these effects are cumulative. Speaking is hard sometimes. All right, heavy mining. If the invaders do at least 6 damage to the land during ravage, add an extra blight. This additional blight does not destroy spirit presence or cause cascade. Level 2, population pressure at home. During setup on each board, add a city to land 4, and on boards where land 4 starts with blight, put that blight in land 5 instead. Level 3, fine steel for tools and guns. Towns deal 3 damage and cities deal 5. That's going to be something that we have to deal with. And now as I think, level 4, 5, and 6 are where things really start to escalate. 4, royal backing during setup. After adding all other invaders, discard the top card of the invader deck on each board. Add 1 town to the land of that terrain with the fewest invaders. All right, so not only that means we're losing the top card of the invader deck, which means we get the phase 2 quicker, but we're also adding an additional town on the board to make our life that much harder. All right, we are going to roll the die. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. 5 is not helpful. B again. Let's go back to B. That's fine. I don't feel the need to give equal opportunity to the boards as much as I do the different adversaries. Honestly, all the boards have their own challenges, but they're all kind of the same in a lot of ways. So, level 1. Well, the only exception, this board D, is so much better for Ocean than the others. And if we ever play Ocean, we will get into an explanation as to why. All right. Land 1 has a town. Land 2 has a city. Land 1 has a Dahan, not a town. Very different. Although, according to the Swedes, they might be converted and become a town, but we haven't gotten there yet. Land 3 has a blight from the supply, not from the card. We still start with 2 on the card. Land 5 has Squadush. Land 6 has a town. Land 7 has a Dahan. And Land 8 has 2 Dahan. In addition, we will put a disease token on Land 2 and a beast on Land 5 as per the setup instructions for the non-thematic boards for the Brands of Claw expansion. That was a mouthful. Alright. During setup on each board, add 1 city to Land 4. So we have another city on Land 4. And on the boards where Land 4 starts with a blight, we're going to move the blight to Land 5. Fine. And we're going to, after adding all other invaders, so we're going to do the initial explore action. We are exploring into what? Now, I'm not sure whether you're supposed to do the initial explore and then this, or it doesn't really matter. It's all random and it all end up the same. So, but we're going to do exploring into both of those wetlands, and then we're going to discard the top card of the invader deck, and we're going to add 1 town to the land of that terrain with the fewest invaders. Neither of those towns has invaders. I don't really want a town in the center of the board, but there's a beast there, so there's a blight there too. Jeez. Good thing we know it's not coming around for a while, so we'll put it there, and hopefully the beast will just take care of that little problem for us. There's going to be 2 sources into the mountains anyway, so there's really no benefit to not just putting it there, and this is absolutely discarded. Making sure I'm not missing anything here. No, I think that's it, and all of its terribleness. All right, we're going to put that up there. Now, the moment of truth. Alright, I gotta get my little randomizer app. Here we go. So we have played as a spread of rampant green. We have played as the bringer of dreams and nightmares, sharp fangs behind the leaves, keeper of the forbidden wilds, and everyone's favorite thunder speaker. So we are now rolling this wheel again, and we get river, surges, and sunlight. Alright, we'll see. Seems like a pretty middle-of-the-road character for this specific challenge, so we shall see if we can find a way to pull it off. Here are my 4 river cards, and let's talk about river. On most of Spirit Island, the rivers run high during the rainy season, as one would expect. There is one exception. The lingering remains of an ancient curse keep a high ridge shrouded in ice. And when the sun beats down, it feeds a single river with abundant meltwater. River surges and sunlight is a spirit of rushing water, inundation, and bounty out of season. It gets along well with the Dahan who farm along its banks. They reap the benefit of good harvests and tend to the health of the river in its drier times. Both gain. Alright, we are going to put 1 spirit on your starting board in the highest numbered wetlands. It is strong in offense. It is strong in... Alright, so 1 spirit on the highest numbered wetlands. That's 6. Strong in offense. Strong in control. Defense and fear. But we shall see. In utility, I don't really know what they mean by utility on this board a lot of times, but it is a low complexity spirit. So we'll see if that's true. Alright. We have growth options. We have 3 options: reclaim cards, gain 1 character card, and gain 1 energy. That is all the first option. Second option is gain a presence one away from where you have presence, and then you can gain another presence one where you have presence. You can do that. You can actually use that to, go to 2 away one at a time. So there's no limits there. And then the last option is gain a power card and gain a presence 2 away from where you have presence. Probably won't be doing that really at all. I don't really see the point of that one. When you're gaining a power card every time you reclaim cards, and this allows you to get more presence on the board quicker. But watch this. I'm sure I'll have to eat my words and do that pretty soon. But we shall see. Special rules, only one, and it's a simple one. Your spirit in wetlands counts as a sacred place. So it is only, normally sacred places only exist when you have your spirits stacked on each other like so. That would be a sacred place in the mountains. That's already a sacred place, even though there's only one. Because River's a badass. Alright, let's go with the rest of these. Here are my 3 little tokens. And good. Only 1 innate power. Alright, so again, a lot of the spirits we've been playing have had 2 innate powers and different gradients and cumulative effects therein. This has 1 innate power. It is massive flooding. It is a slow power. 1 away from where you have a sacred place, and again that counts as a sacred place, where you can push 1 explorer or town, or if you have 2 suns and 3 so that is, you need 1 sun and 2 waters. This is 2 suns and 3 waters instead. So it's not cumulative, it's instead 2 damage, push up to 3 explorers or towns, or the final level is also an instead. It is 3 suns, 4 waters, and a mountain. Instead, 2 damage to each invader. That power, especially having, if you had watched the France video or are familiar with France, that can be especially huge against France when you're doing 2 damage to each invader. The way France can get so many towns on the board so quickly. Same with England. Against Sweden, we'll see. We'll see how it works. All right. My 4 starting powers are Boon of Vigor. That is a 0 energy card. It has a sun, a water, and a plant. It is a fast power. You can target any spirit. Obviously, we will target ourselves. If you target yourself, gain 1 energy. If you target another spirit, they gain 1 energy per power card played this turn. Not all that helpful. So a lot of the spirits, solo games, there's like 1 or 2 of the starting cards, or usually 1. Usually it's not 2. Where you're like, all right, this is the card I'm going to forget the first time I get my major power. River's Bounty. It has a sun, a water, and an animal. It is a slow power. It has to be done on a land where you have presence, so the range is 0. Target land is any. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If there are at least 2 Dahan, add 1 Dahan and gain 1 energy. That could be a very strong card to get a lot of Dahan on the board, because that can be very helpful. All right, Wash Away. Now we're getting into some of the powers that cost energy. This costs 1 energy. It only has a mountain and a water tag. It is a slow power. It can be used 1 away from where you have presence. Target land is any. Push up to 3 explorers or towns. And then finally, Flash Floods is 2 powers. It has a sun and a water tag. It is a fast power. Range 1. Target land any. 1 damage if that target land is coastal, plus 1 damage. So rough. Definitely it'd be good to prevent that that building. Kind of looking at my, so that would be slow. Let's shoot. So the unfortunate thing about pulling this is the idea that I might build a city there right off the jump. Could be rough. And I can't get to that power. I have nothing to defend. This is not a great start, kids. And of course, my when it ravages, if it ravages 6, remember that the cities now do 5 and towns do 3. I'm looking at a double ravage, and it's also going to destroy my 1 presence, which actually counts as a sacred place. So effectively, this is all really bad. Oh man, I hate this. Okay, now this is the Spirit Island that I've come to know and love. As I said, I'm gonna have to be doing that soon, ain't I need to get a power that allows me to man, I'm just gonna go blight. If I can get some defense, I can potentially prevent Blighted Island, which I think is going to be of utmost importance. I'm not going to get the 3 card plays. I mean, the other option is I just go blighted really quick. That's building a city. Yeah, I think that land's going to be just ugly. And we're going to go Blighted Island soon, and hopefully we can kind of turn it around from there. I don't want to spend the 2 money on this yet. Or if we can unlock this. Do 2 damage to... Oh, no, we really don't like that. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to add 2 presents. I'm going to add a presence here to get a sacred place here. And then I'm going to add a presence... I need to get more money. Alright, so then I'm going to add a presence here to get to give me something in the center of the board, I guess. That's blight there. I'll go here. Alright. Gonna go to the presence track. I get 2 money. I'm gonna put 1 on top of this. I have the 2 card plays. Those are the 2 cards I am playing. Again, you normally will reverse engineer that first turn. I have 3 slow powers. Those are both slow, and then the massive flooding is also slow. I unfortunately cannot unlock the damage. It's gonna take me a little bit to get there for sure. We're going to go to the rest of the turn order. There is no Blighted Island effect. We're going to go to the event card, stage 1. Strange Tales attract explorers. 1 fear per spirit that has at least 1 sacred place. Well, that's me. After advancing Invader Cards, add 1 explorer to each land with a sacred place. Ugh. Rough. Beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Alright, that worked. Got rid of that. Remove any beast that destroys a city or a town, and because I destroyed a city or town, I get a fear. On each board, add 1 Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. Rough. That will go there. And that is that. We now go to the Invader Actions. The invaders are going to build. They're going to build a city here. And we're going to build a town here. We do the explore action, exploring into jungles. We get we got a thing there, and we're gonna get a guy here. Ugh, not jungles. Wetlands and jungles are not a good 1-2 for the way this board is currently set up. That is for sure. All right. I'm gonna do one away from a sacred place. I can push. This is the target land. I'm pushing, and I can push it here. I'm going to do not want to gather down into there. I mean, they're all gonna die. That whole board's gonna be a disaster. It's already attacking 9. There's no way I'm gonna be able to defend it quick enough, unless I get really lucky with my card draw, which at this point I don't even think I'm going to even bother trying to get that lucky. So that is fine. I'm going to push these 2 guys. Oh, it's just brutal. Yeah, if I could consolidate everything here and then plan on getting a 3-4-1 elements in sun, water, mountain respectively, and just do 2 damage to everything there, that is kind of going to be a big goal of mine. So I'm going to push those 2 there pursuant to that. Wait, so I did that. So I did the slow power, I pushed, I did that with the push, and now I'm going to, I can gather into a place where I have presence. I have presence here. I'm going to gather 2. If there are at least 2 Dahan now, I add another Dahan, and I gain 1 energy. So I think it's more productive if I try to get a defend card here, and maybe the invader cards would have advanced. If I can, and we're going to stage 2 already. Rough. If I can get a defend card here, potentially kill everything that's in this land. I remember they attack at 3 and 5 towns and cities respectively, but their health is still the 2 and 3 that we're used to. Health does not change. Alright, so that is my slow powers. That is the end of the round. Time passes, nothing happens, and now we go to the next round. So, oh, what a waste. You know what? I'm gonna actually leave this town here. I knew what my powers were, so it's not like I got new information. That just makes more sense because that's a fast power. What else am I gonna be doing here? Not good. All right, I want to start chasing to that reclaim one. So I'm going to add 2 more presents. So now when I reclaim cards, maybe I can get 3 cards I can play next turn, maybe even unlock this massive flooding, because getting to do damage is going to be of utmost importance as quickly as possible. I'm going to put a sacred place here, and I'm going to put a, because a lot of the defend cards require a sacred place, so hopefully that will be the case here. And I will put a presence. Man, I'll just put it here. Just gonna have the board surrounded a little bit. Alright, so my presence track, I get 2 money. I'm gonna put them both on flash floods. I have unlocked this 1 and 2 thing again. This fast power, I target myself, I gain an energy. And then the other fast power, I can do 1 damage, and if it's a target land, it's a coastal land, I'm going to do +1 damage. So I'm going to target this land, do 2 damage. and generate a fear. So I have only one slow power remaining. We're going to go to Blighted Island effect. There is none. We're going to go to the event card. Sacred Sites under threat. Invaders have begun to find hidden places of natural power. You may. I have two options. The first option is to let the island's strength repulse them. The second option is to guard them yourself for well or for ill. If I let the island's strength repulse them, each sacred place pushes one explorer or town to an adjacent land, and I remove one blight per player from the blight card, returning it to the box. Oh, it's like a non-starter. The other one is I can spend 3 per land where I do damage, aided by fire, in each land with Sacred Place and Invaders. I can either do 2 damage or destroy 1 spirit, 1 from each spirit. So basically, these cards only apply to the extent that there are lands that are applicable, right? So I have 1 land where I have a Sacred Place because, again, my present account says a Sacred Place. So every land where I have Sacred Place and Invaders, I can either do 2 damage or I can destroy 1 spirit. That spirit's getting destroyed anyway. Doing the 2 damage there would be a waste of time. And honestly, my overall plan is I'm just going to try to get up to this and just wipe out a whole bunch of stuff that gathers there and hope that I don't pull any more wetlands for a few rounds. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to guard them. I'm going to guard the Sacred Sites myself because I don't want to spend this free money for well or for ill. And I only have to spend 3 per energy where I do damage. So since I'm not doing damage there, I can actually choose to just destroy that 1 spirit. Some of these event cards are not written very well, but if you really think it through, it makes sense. So just to kind of review. So I had 2 options. I could let the Island Strength repulse them, so I could push stuff from Sacred Places, remove a blight from 1 blight per player from the blight card. I don't want to do that. So the other option is I'm going to guard them myself for well or for ill. So I'm going to guard them myself so I can spend 3 energy per land where I do damage. I'm not doing damage anywhere, so my only option was to actually destroy 1 spirit for each land where I had a Sacred Place and Invaders, and that was that 1 land right there. Beast Prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present and moves to an adjacent land. If not, I have no beast on the board. And then each spirit with 4 Dahan among its lands gains a minor power. That does apply to me, which is great. So I gain a minor power. So I look at when you gain a power, you look at 4 cards, and you choose which one you want. A defend 2. These have the exact elements I need. This one does for this, and I think that it defends 2 everywhere I have presence. Definitely not doing that. This one allows me to remove blights. It does not have the mountain. Man, I'm going to do the 4 card plays to even get that. So one of the things that you notice with River Surge in the Sunlight, there are no elements in its tracks. So to really get 4 waters, guess how many cards I'm going to need? Yeah, you got it. I think that defense, that's fast. Tempted to remove blight. I know I'm going to have 2 blight there. Going to be a little bit. I'll have another opportunity to pick up a moon, I hope, a mountain, I hope, and I'm not sure how helpful defend 2 is going to be. Although I want to get this one. The blight removal is very, 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 very tempting, but I think it makes sense to start trying. I'm probably gonna have to start stacking defends, and again, having that mountain really does make a difference for me. Just with the perfect combination of elements being what they are. All right. So the event card is done. We're going to go to the invader actions. The invaders are ravaging. Since they're ravaging at least 6 in this land, I have to add an extra blight. It does not cause cascade, but it does have to be added. So we are in Blighted Island, 1 round in. Immediately on each board, destroy 1 presence. I do not 1 beast. I don't have any, and then add a blight to a land with towns and cities. Towns or cities. I'm going to add it here. So that's the only place I can edit, which wouldn't destroy a city or cascade. Then I will add 5 blight per player. So when I put that blight should come from the card. Blight always comes from the card unless it says otherwise. So we will fix that. So even as there's 5 fear per player, 5 blight per player, it really is just 4. Awesome. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Alright, invaders are going to build in the jungles. And then we have our wonderful stage 2 card. It is not wetlands, so it's 1 step in the right direction. We're going to explore here, and we will explore here. The stage 2 escalator. Yikes. After invaders to explore into each land this phase, if that land has at least as many invaders as Dahan, replace 1 Dahan with a town. Alright. This could be going better. So, yikes. Double yikes. I do not want this to build into a city, so this is 1 away from a sacred place, so I can actually push this town. That used to be a Dahan until he, became a traitor to his people. There. It's my only slow power. I wish it wasn't true. And then we go here. Now what? Now I am going to grab. I'm going to reclaim my cards. I'm going to gain a power card and hope like heck I get defend. That is not defend. That is not defend. That is perfectly defend. Alright. This one. I don't care what the rest of it is, to be honest. I mean, do I? Remember, that's going to be doing 9 damage. Defend 4 brings it down to 5. I think that defend 4 is just too big. It's not great. But I mean, it's not the elements don't add up, right? But I think I need to do that this turn, and then I'll have another card I can dump later. Alright, so I am going to take this. This goes here. There's a defend 10 where you have a sacred place card. That would have been really lucky to get that one, but that's fine. So I gain my power card, I reclaim my cards, I gain 1 energy. Now in the presence phase, I'm going to get 2 energy, and I'm going to put all my energy into my available energy pool. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And now I just need 1 more water. spend the money for that. There's no point. Maybe there is a point. Ooh, that's a nice set of 3 cards. I'm actually not going to use a 3rd card because I'm going to use 4 cards next turn and be able to clean up. Oh, but I'll be able to reclaim one when I do that. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, and I'm going to reclaim that one because I'll be able to defend 2. Alright, so I am going to spend it so because I want to be able to push something this turn. So, fine. And I'll be able to reclaim this one, which will give me all the elements I'll need to do what I need to do next turn. Alright. We have a chance. It's not a big one. So we have that. We have that. I have unlocked that because I have 1 sun and 2 waters. I am now going to do my fast powers. I am descending a total of 6 in that land. So I will just put 1 token there and defending 2 everywhere I have presence, which is fine. So the 6 includes that too. All right. The rest of my powers are slow powers, so we will go to the Blighted Island effect. There is none. We will go to the event card. This is only round 3. What? Is that right? Yeah. Because this one. Yeah, builded, ravaged, and moved over. Yes, this is round 3. Alright, we are a blighted island. On each board, add 1 blight to a land adjacent to 2 cities or towns. Oh, man, that's brutal. Spirits may present this on any all boards by destroying 2 presence from each board to be protected. No, that's just not going to happen. Yeah, I can't destroy that. My presence. All right, so I'm adding a blight on a light to a land with or adjacent to 2 cities or towns. I will add it here. Does not, and no presence here, so it doesn't hurt me, and nothing happened that would have killed the Dahan. On each board, choose a land with disease. In that land, do 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. I will do. Oh, it's gross. I will do that 2 damage. In another turn, I would have been able to take advantage of that, but not this one, which is fine. During Rappers in every land, defend 1 per Dahan in that land. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. So I'm actually defending 9 here now, which is precisely what I needed to. I'm going to prevent a blight. That is finally something, some good fortune in this game. All right, so oh shoot, we forgot to do something last turn. Now we should add a we should have added another. Go back to the first round. I know it's just neurotic. I should have added another settler after advancing invader cards. Add an explorer. Sometimes I just wish I had you do it right. I add an explorer to each land that had a sacred place. At the time when that card was up, I had a sacred place here and here, and then remember I pushed the town and the explorer that were there. I used this card. I would have been able to push all three of them in. So there should be 2 more explorers in that land. Why I thought of that right now, I have no idea. But again, neurotic. We're good. So now we can go to the invader cards. Invaders are ravaging in jungle. I have a defend of 4 plus a defend of 2 plus a defend of 1 per Dahan, thanks to that wonderful fear card, which no, I'm sorry. Well, I haven't got a fear card yet. Jesus, the county defense card. So I'm defending 9. This is ravaging 5 plus 3 plus 1. It's ravaging 9. We are good with that defense. The Dahan will retaliate with 6 and actually wipe out everything there in a beautiful turn of fortune and generate 3 fear. Alright, so that's 1. This goes back. We generate a fear card, and I have a remainder of 2. We now go to the build action. The invaders will not build here because that. They will build here, and then we'll do this action. They are exploring the wetlands. Sweden, why do you hate me? Alright, that's again because of the escalator. There was 1 invader and 1 Dahan, so the Dahan became a town because that makes sense, and we're exploring into here. So it will all be okay. So these move over. Now, I'm going to push up to 3 explorers and towns. I'm going to push these 2 in here. I'm effectively gonna have 2 cities there, and then we're gonna. This is not gonna end well. They're not gonna ravage there for a little bit, but I am concerned about 2 turns from now, and then I can push 1 from a sacred place. I'm gonna push this in here as well. I am going to do an immense amount of destruction in that land next turn. If it makes sense, I'm just going to try to do massive flooding, and I'll be able to do 2 damage to each invader because of the cards that I will have. Yikes. Alright, so all my slow powers are done, including my innate one. These go over here. These cards will go to my used cards pile. And we go, time will pass, this city will heal, and now we will go to... So this is actually going to ravage. Shoot, we're going to go to growth options. So I'm going to put 1 presence here. Which lets me reclaim a card. I'm going to reclaim the defend 2 everywhere I have presence. And then I will do 5 damage and cascading. Oh, it's going to be rough. And then I can put another presence. I don't know. I'm gonna put another presence here, and it just acts as a sacred place, and just will give me some options. All right, so I'm gonna play my 4 cards. I gain 2 money because of the presence track. So I'm defending 2 everywhere I have spirit. Doing this, and actually I would have pushed this instead of this last time. which might matter. Alright, so I'm defending 2 everywhere I have presence. We know that. If I target myself, I gain an energy, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 2 damage on the coastal. Again, I knew I had that card, so this wasn't new information, which is why I felt fine to switch that explorer in town. So I'm doing 2 damage here. This is destroyed. I get a fear. The only reason I did that was in case I get another fear and I could potentially resolve 2 fear cards, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm defending 2 here. I really need something that gives me defense on the coast, so maybe I will get lucky with that. Those are my fast actions, and I have unlocked. I have 3 suns, 4 waters, and a mountain. So that is that. Blight Island effect, there is no continuing effect. We're going to go to the event card. Health, blighted. Each spirit chooses independently to destroy 2 of their presence, forget 2 of their powers, or take 1 blight card from their game removal. Well, I will forget 2 of my powers, which is kind of bananas, but that's where we're at. Yeah, I don't want to lose 2 presents, and I definitely can't afford to lose a blight because things are about to get super ugly. So that's fine. On each board, add a disease to the sands or mountains with the most cities or towns. Do not have much choice there. There's only that. And then each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among its lands, that is me, gains an energy. So where I'm at now is I'm pretty much going to go for a major power and just next turn, and I will have enough money to play it and hopefully get super lucky here. So this is going to go here. We go to the earned fear card. Level 1, each player removes up. Shoot, each player. If I was terror level 2, that'd have been. Oh, that'd have been so sick. That's so sick. Anyway, each player removes 1 city or town from a land with disease. Doesn't apply. Or 1 explorer or town from a land with disease. So that was unfortunately not helpful. We are ravaging. The invaders are attacking 5 here. So we're going to get 1. I lose my presence. And then it's going to cascade. So I have 1 blight left on that card, which is gross. Ravaging here, nothing. We're building here. They're going to get another city. And then this, they're going to explore into... Man, I've been screwed 3 times on this now. And explore into here. Alright, Invader Cards advance. Now, I am going to do my... Nope. Let me think this through. Yeah, I have nothing that's pushing. So I can do 2 damage to each invader, 1 away from my sacred place. So I'm doing 2 damage to every invader here. So these 2 cities will come off. So I killed 3 towns and 40 explorers. So you generate 3 fear. And we are almost at terror level 2. Now I can gather 2. I have to gather into a place where I have presence. I'm going to gather 2. And I'm going to add another 1 and gain an energy. So I just need to prevent blight here. Like whatever else I do, I need to prevent blight here. So let's see what major power I can pull to make that happen. So what's happening? I'm reclaiming my cards. I'm going to get a money, and I'm going to get a major power. And I don't love getting a major power right now, but because I don't really know what I want to forget, but I'm kind of desperate. So major power, fast, 2 fear, Has to be a target land, can't have blight, so this isn't going to help me because it's not going to work there. Move up to 5 Dahan from target land to any land, defend 5 in that land. Yes. Doesn't have a water, but this will work in combination with this. That would be a defending 7. They're attacking 10. Coastal, 6 fear, destroy all invaders. And coastal. Oh man, I'm really 1 away. So my big destruction powers are all defending 7. Tsunami's really huge. Tsunami would just wipe out all of this. My problem is I just needed to do some damage. I really needed to do damage as a fast action. And that's just giving me defend 5. And of course I'm going to be 1 away. Target land can't have blight, so tigers hunting is pretty useless. I'm tempted to take Tsunami and hope I get lucky, but that doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm just going to need to defend 1 or 2. Hopefully enough fear cards have that, but it's not looking good. So we're going to take this. We're going to forget the boon of vigor because all it is giving me energy at this point. And these are my 4 cards. I'm going to gain 2 energy from the presence track. So we're putting 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to move up to, so my target land is here. I'm going to move up to 3 Dahan. Up to 5 Dahan. I'm just going to move 1 just to trigger the defend 5 because I already have retaliate 8 if I can survive this. And I'm defending 5 in that land. So the land where I move the Dahan. So target land, this is the land where I'm defending 5. And let's hope for the best. Other than that, I'm doing flash floods. I'm going to do 2 damage to this land. It is 1 away from a land where I have presence. And it's coastal, so I get to do 2 damage and destroy that town. Again, 1 away from another fear card, which would have really helped my odds. And again, we already know I'm defending 7, where my 4 Dahan are. I do not have the... Oh, I do have it. So I actually have the 2 damage to each invader thing unlocked. Okay, no continuing blighted island effect. We go to the event card. On each board, add 1 blight to a land adjacent to a land with blight. Obviously, I cannot do that. So to prevent this, I can destroy 2 of my presence from a board to be protected. I will destroy those 2 presents. Each beast destroys 1 explorer. Add a beast on a board without 1. Fine, I will add a beast on a board without 1. Sure. On each board, add 1 Dahan to a coastal land with Dahan. None apply, so that was useless. Moment of truth. Each player may choose a land with Dahan. Oh! Or adjacent to at least 5 Dahan. Invaders do not ravage there this turn. Not ravaging there. Woo! Tread carefully. You saved this game. Maybe just delay the inevitable. We'll find out. I'm going to be a little hopeful for now. Yes. So, invaders do not ravage, which also means I don't get the opportunity to kill all those guys with the 4 Dahan that are there. But, man, if I knew this card would come out, I would have definitely taken Tsunami. But we will deal with it as it came, and that is fine. So invaders are not ravaging in that wetlands because it has a land with Dahan. Wow. That's fine. All right, invaders are ravaging. They're not ravaging there. Thank you very much. We're building into here. And we're building into here. Then we're going to do this and coastal lands. Not awful. 1, 2, and 3. There is no escalator, but of course there were no Dahan there because all my Dahans have already been turned into towns. I'm not bitter, really. All right, I can add 2 Dahan to a land that I have presence that already has Dahan. That already land of presence. So I only have 2 lines of presence now. So I'm going to add 2 Dahan here, and I gain 1 energy. That is done, and then I can do 2 damage to each invader. 1 in a land 1 away from where I have a sacred place. I will do 2 damage to everything here. So that generates 1 fear, which gives me another fear card, which gets me to terror level 2. Okay. So what do I have to do? I'm going to have to reclaim cards again because I only have 4 cards. Not sure I want... I think I want a better fast power because I'm not... Oh, I guess I'm a little bit at risk there. Oh, that's fine. I can defend that. Alright, so I'm not going to get rid of that because I'm going to need that to defend this turn. So I'm going to gain a minor power. Something that will allow me to get rid of a blight. Target land has no blight, add a beast. If target land has exactly 1 blight, remove it. And target land has to be a mountain or a wetlands. Of course, my mountains or wetlands either have 0 blight or 2 blight, so that's not that helpful. Unfortunately, if target land has spirit, 1 fear and 1 damage. If target land is a wetland. Oh. I love that card. And you'll see why in a second. Alright, so I'm going to use this card, this card. I don't need to keep adding Dahan. I don't need to defend 2. So I guess I'm adding more Dahan. Fine. Alright, so I gain 1 power for the growth option. I'm going to gain 2 more for the presence track. This costs 3, this costs 1, this costs 2. I'm doing... That's right, I added. So I added another disease during the game. So this is interesting. So I'm going to do 1 damage here. Yeah, I think that's right. going to move one thing from there to there to trigger a defend 5. No, I lied. I'm going to do so my target land is a land where I have presence. I'm going to move these. Yeah, this is right. I'm moving these 4 here, and I'm defending 5. Here they are attacking 4. Defend 5 in that land. I don't need any more Dahan there, and you'll see why in a second. So that is done. The rest of my powers are slow, and again I have unlocked. I have the 3 moons, the 3 suns, the 4 waters, and the 1 mountain that I need for that. Alright. Blight land effect, no continuing effect. Event card. Farmers seek the Dahan for aid. The Dahan are certain whether to teach the invaders farming techniques more in tune with the island's life. You recommend we can either have them spurn the invaders or teach the invaders. If we do the first option, spurn the invaders, on each board 2 damage to Dahan with a land with cities or towns. Add 1 blight to a land with at least 2 Dahan, or 2 cities. I can't. Just can't do that. On each board, add a town to a land with Dahan. Shoot. The next normal ravage becomes a build. It's so gross. So they're definitely building there no matter what I do. That's fine. Let's just load them up then. Alright, so they're gonna do 2 damage. They added another town there, and the next normal ravage becomes a build. On half the boards rounding up, add 1 disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders. Do 2 damage to Dahan there. I will add a disease. Oh, and we do not ignore disease this turn, so this has Dahan and invaders, and I'll do 2 damage to Dahan there, which is fine. Alright. Earn fear card. We're at level 2. Each player adds one strife in a land with Dahan. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. That's irrelevant, which is whatever. That will go there. This will go here. We now do the Invader Actions. The next normal ravage is now a build, which is sucks because I would have been able to kill them all. But if I didn't do that, I would have had a blight, and I don't have any more blight to add. So that disease comes off to prevent that build. Now they're out building in the coastal lands. This build is also prevented. And now we are going to do the last Explorer action. We are at Tarot level. We are at Explorer level 3. So we're exploring into sands and mountains. So we don't have to deal with these 2 escalators anymore. But obviously my time and window of winning this game is rapidly shrinking. Now what? Now I'm going to do I'm going to do 2 damage to each invader here. So now they're back to 1 health each. Target land can be any as long as I have presence within 1. Of course I do. I have presence there. If target land has your presence, which it does, 1 fear and 1 damage. Well, that kills this city, which gives me 2 more fear. And if target land is a sand or a wetland, which it is, 1 damage, which is enough to kill that other city, which generates 2 fear again. So this comes down, these go up. I generate a fear card, and then I have a remainder of 1. So basically I'm looking at a terror level 3 victory here, but I do have my work cut out for me because I have at least 11 more fear to generate to get to terror level 3. But that is done. I can gather up to 2 Dahan in a land where I have presence. I will gather them up here. Nope. Yeah. I can add another Dahan and gain 1 energy. Alright, so I don't need to keep playing all of these cards, but obviously they're ravaging in the coast next turn. So I can reclaim 1, but I don't think that's going to be effective. I obviously need more presence on the board. That's been hindering me. So if I reclaimed 1, what's this card? Defend 2 wherever you have presence. Interesting. If I defend 7, this is attacking 7, and if I put everything in there, I could potentially kill it. Oh, they're building there too. Jesus. I think I need to reclaim all these cards again, which is crazy. Yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta reclaim it because I just too much is gonna get out of control if I don't, and I think I can get on top of that whole area and just try to generate max fear, get to Terra level 3, and maybe pull this thing off after all. So I'm gonna claim just minor power cards because I don't want to be in a place where I have to forget any of these. I definitely need water, which that has. I may destroy 1 town instead. Also intriguing. Destroy 1 of your presence, add 1. If anything, put a blight back would be nice. So this would allow me to remove a blight from 1 of your lands and add a presence to 1 of your lands. Neither that helpful. I'll take this. And let's see how this works out. So I definitely want this. I definitely also need this because that's going to help me defend 7, which is exactly what I need. I could do. If I do this and this, that's not going to help. I can do this, which is going to help kill that, assuming I can get 1 more sun. I'm going to go cheap and do that because I don't think I can afford the other one anyway. Alright, so I gain 1 energy, I gain 2 energy. We're going to put the 3 here, we can put the 1 and the 1. So I have the 3 moons. Oh, shoot. Alright, so I had to backtrack a little bit. I realized that I was actually misreading the wrap in Wings of Sunlight. I did not actually have the higher level of massive flooding the last 2 rounds. So if you remember 2 rounds ago, I destroyed a town and 2 explorers that were there. Since I had Terror level 2, I could do 2 damage and push the rest. So I did 2 damage, pushed the 2 explorers there. Then the way things would have played out, trust me, I just watched this whole thing. There would have been a build, and so ultimately you would have a explorer and a town here. And then because I also didn't have it for this, I wouldn't have been able to destroy both of those cities last turn. I would have only been able to destroy 1. And since that would have changed the fear, 2 fear difference. So the fear card that was here is now here. So that is why this is different. So sorry about that. Honestly, if I was solo playing and not recording this, I probably would have just scrapped it and started over. But this was actually relatively simple to recreate because I just had to go back the last 2 rounds since I got this card. And again, instead of 2 damage to each invader, I did 2 damage to 1 invader, and I could push up to 3 explorers and towns. And that is about it. So it kind of leaves me in the same situation. It is what I would have done had I been looking at the icons correctly. So my problem now is let me do this because it gives me the 2 suns, the 3 waters that I need for this. All right. And so let me get the 3 fast actions I have. I do have 3 mountains, so I can do the escalator. So you may instead destroy but that's a town where I have presence, so that's not going to work. So back to the other setup. Costs the same amount of energy. I'm going to do flash floods. I have to do 2 damage in a land that is coastal. I have to destroy it because they're ravaging in coastal lands right now, those Swedes. So I have to destroy that. I get a fear, which gives me the fear card back, minus the 1 remainder that I had before. I am going to, my target land is here. I'm going to move up to 5 Dahan. I'll move 4. And I can define 5 here. Oh, shoot. And I defend 2 anywhere I have presence. I unfortunately do not have presence here, so I am going to need to get some help with the event and or the event and or the fear card, because that is ravaging 7 because of Sweden's special abilities. So since this card's not going to help me, I will just take that out and give myself the opportunity to do more damage later, if there is a later, because I am still 1 blight away from this game being over, as I have been for a little bit now. Alright, continuing effect, there is none. We get the event card. Blighted Island. On each board with invaders, add 1 blight to a land with at least 2 blight, but do not cascade. That's all she wrote. I can't prevent it. Doesn't even give me an option to prevent it. So this now goes on the board, doesn't cascade, but since I have no more blight on here, the players lose. Man, that was rough. We fought it for a while, but just was not meant to be. I'll tell you what, got off to a really rough start, had a rough combination of invaders in the wetlands, but pretty happy to have survived that far. Got to a place where I think we were just one more turn away from hopefully getting over that edge. But yeah, we had a lot to contend with early. River's a good spirit. I spirits that do a number of damage as opposed to destroying the actual invader component itself, make it a little tougher. Obviously Sweden's enhanced attack abilities were forcing my hand early where I was trying to get to those defend cards. Putting everything here did go to my advantage quick, but then I just kept getting event cards that were making me add. It was like, what was it? I had 5 blight on this card. 1 went on right away, and then it was like this blighted and cascaded. So this blight was put on by an event card, and then this blighted again, but it didn't attack 6, but it still attacked enough that it caused the blight, and that cascaded. and then another one maybe to put on that last blight right there. So that was rough. Healthy Island would have been bad because during the next normal ravage, the cities would have done +2 damage. So clearly that wouldn't have helped. So just Ken wasn't meant to be. But my record is no longer unblemished. Hopefully you saw the power here, trying to get up to that 3-4-1 for River Surges of Sunlight in a way that you can use the pushing ability just to gather everything into one land. You do have to, there are again a lot of hops and choices in Spirit Island, and if you're just saying, look, I'm just going to let that land go until I get up to that ability to do those 2 damage to each invader, and I'll make up for it, then that is great. Thanks for sticking with me with that one mistake in misreading. I don't know why. I just thought I had the 4 waters. Obviously I didn't, but was able to recreate that fairly easily. But ultimately did not matter because if I just looked at the next event card, would have known that we were in trouble. If I did not have any lands with 2 blight, we would have been able to ignore that effect, but obviously that wasn't the case. But again, Spirit Island, that is what it is. Hard game. Glad to get a loss on here before you all thought I was just rigging this thing, because clearly I was not. Hopefully clearly I was not. But that is it. We will be back to the island before long. We are 6 characters in, 6 spirits in, so I got 6 more to go. And looking forward to going through each one of those games on this channel. So that is about it. Thanks again for joining me. Any questions, comments, or epiphanies, please put them in the comment section below. But other than that, thanks for joining me, and until next time, happy gaming.